Before moving to Lightcliffe, I was really nervous about bullying and kind of not knowing many people, but we've had many teachers to talk to, like our head of year and form tutor, and it's made me feel a lot more comfortable with friends and making and talking to new people.
Hello Year 5 and 6 and welcome to Lightcliffe Academy's assembly coming direct to you at your primary schools. We would love to have you in the building here with us so we could give you a little tour around and show you what high schools are going to look like. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we still can't. So we thought, why don't we come to you? Why don't we give you a little bit of an assembly so some of you can get the chance to see what's going on at a high school. Now, I know in Year 6, some of you are probably sat there maybe watching this thinking, but I'm not going to Lightcliffe Academy. And that's fine. We're here to talk to you about high school in general. And those of you in Year 5 who've not decided where you're going yet, in just over a year's time, you're going to be making that decision very soon. So we want you to be aware of what high school life is going to be like at any school you go to. But we are going to also talk a little bit about how it works here at Lightcliffe Academy. I'm really excited to be talking to you today. So I'm Mr. Cross. I'm the Achievement Director for Key Stage 3, which means I get to lead on transition. And hopefully it means that in the coming weeks, as things start to ease out of lockdown and we get into a situation where we're able to be more normal again, that I can come into your primary schools and come and meet some of you, which would be really exciting. It also means my role that I work with the pastoral team and I work with the academic team to make sure you have the best time when you're here, to make sure you're having fun, but also that you're learning your lessons. And finally, my other role here at Lightcliffe Academy is a drama teacher. So that's something I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today as well, is about the subjects that you get to do whilst at high school, because some of them are a little bit different than they are at primary school. So a lot of things that are brought up to me when I speak to Year 7s about their experience with transitioning, that's the word you'll hear a lot of, transitioning from primary school to secondary school. A lot of things that students bring up to me is their initial fears of how many people we have in high schools. And it is true. There are a lot more people in high schools than you'll have in primary schools. In some cases, there's as many people in your year group as there will be in your entire primary school. So we do know what a nerve-wracking experience it can be to come to a high school. But we make sure that that transition period is really as smooth as possible. You'll be in form groups, which are like your classes you're currently in now at primary school. So you'll get to see that form group every day. And you'll have a form tutor who you'll work with as well every day. You'll see them in your forms in the morning, first thing, all day, every day. And you'll get to know them as well as you get to know your Year 5 or Year 6 teacher who you've got right now. These form tutors are there to look after you, make sure you're happy, and make sure that you're learning. And it's their job to let me know if there's anything that I need to know, if there's any concerns that they've got about you, if there's anything you are concerned about at school, they will let me know. And we can make sure that is sorted for you. And there'll be an equivalent of me in most schools that is looking out for you as well. Also, you will have different lessons to what you have in school. You'll still have your maths and English, you'll still have your science and history and geography, but you will get the chance to do a lot more creative subjects, which for those of you who love being creative, like me, as a drama teacher, you will absolutely love the lessons that you get to do at high school. We have art, we have technology, we have drama, we have PE, we have so many different subjects, food tech. We have so many engaging and exciting subjects that you get to take part in. There are always practical science lessons going on. There's always a buzz around the school. There's always amazing food that you're cooking, or there's experiments that you're doing in some lessons, or practical performances that you're making, or instruments that you're learning in music, or new sports that you're practicing in PE. And you'll get these opportunities at any high school you go to. But here at Lightcliffe Academy, we have amazing sports facilities. Some of you may even come here and play here with your local sports teams at our amazing AstroTurf and big pitches that we have at the school. The school field here is huge. It's one of the biggest. I've been in education for quite a while now, and it's one of the biggest sports fields I've ever seen at any school. And you'll get the opportunity to have some fun on there at your social times, and also to play rugby and hockey and football and tennis and the amazing sports that you'll get to play in PE whilst you're here at the school. We also have multiple drama rooms and drama facilities with our own stage lights and staging and props and costumes that you'll get to try on, and you'll get the most amazing experiences in drama here. We also have a soundproof recording studio in music, which means you might, if you're a budding singer and you want to become an amazing next star, you'll get the opportunity to maybe record your own music in a soundproof recording studio, which sounds amazing. Now, another thing people get concerned about coming to high school is the corridors. A lot of people say to me, but what about the corridors? What about the year 11s? They seem so big. You guys used to be some of the oldest people in your primary school, and now you're going to come to high school and you're going to be the youngest. But what I say to you is that is nothing for you to worry about at any school. The older students are actually really good at helping you find your way around the school. Now this year, the year 7s have not had the opportunity to move around. We've actually had them in a little year 7 bubble this year because of the pandemic. And next year, that's something we're going to be looking at for you guys for a few weeks as well, is starting you off in a little year 7 bubble so you feel a bit safer first to settle you in, which will be really nice, I think. It'll be really good for you to be able to get to know each other as a year 7 class first before being able to then move around the school and see the amazing school site that we have to offer for you here. And again, I'm sure a lot of other local high schools are thinking of doing similar things with you lot in year 7 when you come and join us. We have a really strong nurturing environment here at Lightcliffe Academy, both from our students, but also from our staff. So please, if you do come to us at Lightcliffe Academy next year or the year after, know that you can come and speak to any staff member anytime you want about any issue that you have in school or out of school. We also have anti-bullying ambassadors in our older year group. So if there is anything that does happen, which hopefully it won't, you know who you can go and speak to about what is being said to you at those times. And finally, we also have some peer mentors in older year groups who work with younger students to make sure they get it right. Some of our peer mentors are students who made wrong decisions in the early years of their time here at Lightcliffe Academy, but have really turned it around and made sure that they've had a much better experience at the school since then. The other exciting thing about high school life is that you get much more freedom than you do in a primary school. We get to go on lots of trips. We are currently looking at having an international trip in year 8, 9, 10 and 11. So there could be potentially up to 4 opportunities for you to go abroad without your parents, with your teachers and with your friends, and have an amazing time in lots of amazing locations around the world and get to see the world as it is. Now, obviously, I don't want to say too much about that at the minute because international travel is still not allowed at this time, unfortunately. But that's something we're hoping to be able to bring back when you guys are in year 8. And I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that we'll definitely be able to do that then. We have lots of after school and extracurricular clubs going on, and I know loads of other high schools do too. So we have sports clubs, we have drama clubs, we have art clubs, we have reading clubs, we have science clubs, we have extra maths and English lessons for those of you who feel you've got a bit behind with the time off from school that you've had. We're going to make sure there's plenty of things for you to be able to catch up on this academic year. Now, I don't want to talk too much and talk at you for too long. Year 5 and 6. I nearly said year 7 then. I've already aged you. Year 5 and 6. I don't want to talk at you for too much longer. But the last thing that I want to pass on is how excited you should be about starting your high school experience, wherever that is you go. We're hoping that for those who are in year 6, that'll be with us in September. And for those of you in year 5 who are starting to think, oh, what high school can I go to? What can I do? Well, in July, you're going to have the opportunity to be able to come and look around Lightcliffe and see what we've got to offer for you here. So we're really going to look forward to welcoming some of you here in July. Now, your primary schools do know that date. So please ask your teachers for what date that is that it's going to be that you can come and see us in July. But also, it should be available to you in the description of this video as well. Thank you for your time today, year 5 and 6. It's been absolutely amazing having the opportunity to speak to you all. I'm going to leave you now to get on with your lessons at primary school with your teachers and not interrupt you too much more. But thank you for listening. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email us and get in touch with us at transition@lightcliffeacademy.co.uk, and you can find out anything you want about the school or starting high school life in general. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you soon.